Hey, MC here, back at the bench with a new arrival. We have us, the Bear Creek Arsenal 10 millimeter. So this one looks like it is a dedicated platform for the Glock 2021 magazines. Some of the reviews I've had read online and videos I've watched got my interest peaked in this model since first published. So decided let's buy one and tear it apart and see for ourselves. A lot of the videos don't necessarily show you all the parts and pieces. So I decided to pick one up and do a little autopsy. So firing pin, we've got a spring on there. We've got the same little clip, keep it captive, that we typically do with a AR-15 bolt. This one is a blowback design, however, it still has a gas key, which is kind of neat. I've got a assortment of brass here. So some of them are spent brass that have not been resized. I've got a 10 millimeter that's been resized, a 40 Smith & Wesson that's been resized, and then some nickel cartridges. Also a 9 millimeter for comparison. Let me toss this into a camera stand and we'll show you some of the quirks that I thought we would probably have, that I have some ideas on how to correct if we had. And we have not fired this gun yet. It is brand new, out of the box. Tear it apart because that's what we do. So again, the bench is clear. There is no loaded ammunition in sight on this side of the bench. We have a 16-inch barrel. We have a 10-inch barrel. This was purchased as a pistol with the availability to convert it over to a rifle later. That way we can check velocity differences between the 16 and the 10, and then compare that to the Glock 20 and Glock 29 models. These all take the same magazine also, so that commonality is what led me to this model. So one item, let's kick on the flashlight here, light this up a little bit, is this one is a spent cartridge, and it does not insert into the barrel because it was shot out of something different. So no big deal, kind of knew that was going to happen. Here is a resized cartridge that inserts and extracts the way you would expect. Got a 40 Smith & Wesson for comparison. That inserts flush. So if you're trying to run 40 Smith & Wesson in a 10 millimeter, you have to rely on the extractor to hold the cartridge to the bolt face, or once it goes in, you're not going to get it out, and your firing pin is going to be too short to actually contact that primer. Now with this one, these would lock up and pull out. But what I've been reading on the internet from reviews is that this extractor does not get a good purchase on the end of the cartridge. And that is exactly the case with this model here. Get a close up. If I can get that thing to focus. Come on, right there. Zoom in. As there is not much of a gap between the bolt face where the cartridge rim is going to sit and that extractor. I can shove the cartridge on. It kind of holds it, but if I give it a tap, it stays put, but it doesn't grip it. That claw does not go over the rim. It just kind of pushes on the edge of the rim. And that was noted by several people on Bear Creek Arsenal's website under customer reviews. So the fix, I believe, for that is either a different extractor or possibly file a little bit more material off from that extractor. I'm going to consult with Bear Creek, see what they've got a lifetime warranty on all this. And again, this gun is brand new right out of the box. So if it fires, it's no big deal. Everything is going to blow back. Cartridge is going to come out. However, without being captive, without being held there, if we don't fire, if we go in, the firing pin comes in contact with our primer, it hits a primer strike, but if we don't have ignition, we manually extract our bolt, we're going to be stuck with a cartridge in our barrel. And we'll have to take the time to run a cleaning rod down through to get that out. This one is a 9mm for comparison. So as if maybe the rim was just too thick on the 10, it does not grab a hold of a 9mm cartridge either. Different brands, different head stamps, clean brass, resized brass. Doesn't seem to make a difference. So it looks like the reviews and the comments of extractor issues is legitimate. It's not really a deal breaker. It's not the end of the world. It is repairable. However, you would think before leaving the factory that you could train some monkey to sit at a desk with a spent round to see if the extractor grabs properly or not. But again, for the price of this, compared to an alternative 10mm, an extractor issue is literally the very least of my worries. However, it really shouldn't be a problem. So with this design, that bolt, since it is a blowback, unlike the 9mm, this one has got about a full length bolt carrier group on it. This one is a 5.56 bolt carrier group for size comparison. Very, very similar, if not identical on length. Gas key again, but the barrel has no gas tube, no gas block. So the gas key, I believe, is only on that bolt carrier group to ride up and down that slot and to keep the bolt carrier group indexed correctly with the barrel. And the ejector that is firmly attached to the lower receiver. I'm going to scratch that up anyway, so a few little dents and dings. It's a tool. We're supposed to use it. So, leave a comment. What do you think? Decent platform. Just has a couple of hitches. Got to deal with that extractor. Or save up an extra $2,000 and spend real money on a range toy that is built and shipped out 100% perfect. This one MSRP is under $1,000, so it puts it into the reality of the common person to be able to buy. And if you have to deal with things, again, Bear Creek does have a lifetime warranty, so we'll be giving them a call, probably passing along this YouTube video as well, and see what they say. In the meantime, free Matt Hoover, CRS Firearms. And thanks for watching.